decision to close it, and you asked us to come over and hear
Right.
discussion on
Cool.
why we should, consider
Sure.
some other options.
I understand. So the first question is, right now it's a no, you're here to hear us.
Right.
Okay, very good. So let's move on. Casey, would you like to go first?
Yes, like I said, my name's Casey Cavender, and I use the SHAC because I wear a catheter, a condom catheter, and I'm on a medicine that makes my mouth dry, and it makes me very thirsty. So I can fill out my bag within a period of 2.5 hours. And the reason why the SHAC is a necessity for me, not a convenience, but a necessity, is because on a busy day, I may not get my bag emptied until it's full because I wouldn't have time. Then I would go over to the SHAC and get it emptied. Sometimes though, sometimes though I would still have to go to the bathroom because of my chronic thirst and dry mouth from this medication I'm on for another co-occurring illness with my disability, and so I would still have to go, but I wouldn't want to go because that would push my catheter off and the bag would overflow. So what I'm saying is, most of my classes are painter. I can get firm painter to the students or to the SHAC within a couple of minutes. If I had to go out of my way from painter to the student health center, it would take me about 20 minutes, and the bag would probably overflow and push the catheter off, which does two things. It defeats the purpose of having a catheter, and it also doesn't allow your student health center to provide me a service because my catheter would already be off.
Very good.
And that's all that I needed to say. That was my piece of the puzzle, I guess.
Very good, Casey. Very good. Earl, would you like to say something?
I myself have just recently lost a bunch of weight. Like Nick, I was quite heavy. I used to weigh about 300 pounds, was borderline diabetic, and I've definitely had some major issues with high blood pressure. And whenever my blood pressure would start to go, I wouldn't have very long, maybe a matter of 2 or 3 minutes before I'm completely dizzy and would have to lay down wherever I was at. I haven't had the issue here but once, but I used to have it frequently at Lakeland, and I'd be in the middle of class even. I'd have to lay down, raise my feet, let my blood pressure calm down before I could get up and even go see to be helped. It's a lot more, it's a lot easier for me to do so with a place that's close by to check my blood pressure and be given treatment. If I have one of these spells, it's very hard to walk from here all the way across the street to the major student health center to be seen, to have my blood pressure checked, and to be given whichever medications I may need to bring my blood pressure back under check.
Good. Great.
I myself am diabetic, and also I suffer from congestive heart failure. I just recently went under surgery through SIU's health center and got a defibrillator placed in. To walk from here to the student center, even on a regular day, I mean, it's incredibly hard for me. I'm a big dude, I look healthy, but when it's extreme heat or extreme cold, I cannot function, I cannot think right. And if I have to walk to the health center, I might just drop, and no matter what happens, people do walk often, but at the time, if I'm here and I can walk, because mostly I program my classes to be in Fainer or at the furthest at Lawson. I haven't done any classes to go to Quigley or anything. I maintain my schedule to make sure that I am close to the student center where there are many people. and the health shack, where if my blood pressure is high, if I don't know, if my sugar is high, because I myself produce too much sugar, I'm on a high dose of glucophage, and the only person that would be able to help if I'm feeling dizzy, like same thing, to walk to the medical center to get a little help, or even try to call 911, I would be able to receive help here faster than trying to get across the street. Even though it's a small place, I think we still can keep it open. I don't know if it's because of budget cuts, but there are plenty of students or plenty of us that would definitely volunteer to help be at the window. I know that they can at least spare one nurse for a shift at a time to keep the shack open. I found it totally, I lost my mind when I heard that it was closed, and I was like, this is so small, and it helps people. They even give out, condoms, and they give you, if you need shot or something for anything, this place was providing. It was like a mini hospital, and now that it took from us that advantage, it's like, what are we paying for? We pay, I know our tuitions are skyrocketing. So if it's about money, I would like to, I myself is personally wondering why the shack was closed. Like what in administration said, hey, we need to close the shack down? I don't know if you have an answer for me, but I'm pretty much curious. But I know myself that it would definitely help me or make me feel more safer coming to the school because they have that facility there. That's about it.
Cool. Can I add one thing?
Yes.
You're a veteran too.
Yes, I am as well. And for me to get help, the VA, they're gonna make an office in Carbondale, but I'm in school, to go to Marion or to be brought to Marion because my sugar's too high, or if I'm in a diabetic coma, who's gonna know what? They're gonna transfer me all the way to the health center, where my primary doctor is. I'm paying out of my tuition $400 and something, almost $500 for insurance coverage. I know they can take a percentage out just to keep the shack open. I'm even saying, and I was discussing earlier, if you took from every employee in this school a half of 1% to keep the shack open, I think it's possible. I don't think you can lose a few pennies and really be hurt,
Very good. Alice?
I, like many other people in this room, suffer from a disability or fibromyalgia, but I wanted to make clear, I'm sure you guys read the article in the DE, and if you didn't, I really hope you sure did. I'm sure a lot of us do have a lot of medical problems that are more like make us more health conscious and stuff, but the shack isn't like, we want it to be open for everyone, and obviously probably one of the reasons why you closed it is a lack of knowledge about the shack. Tons of my friends that I've asked, and told them to come here, have their support, and they're just like, what's the shack? That's kind of like an issue I think you guys have, is the shack, it has all of these things, but a lot of the students aren't aware of it and stuff. And the only reason a lot of us are coming to you saying these issues is because we feel it first. It's not that the other students don't feel it, it's just we feel it first. We're closer to it, we're more concerned about these issues. I had a really good experience where I couldn't get into the student health center, and when I went to the shack, they were able to help me firsthand, and she was able to get me right over, actually back to the student health center and sooner. But ever since that, I have always gone there and to get help and stuff. I'm a freshman. After being a year and a half here, I've gone through 2 medical withdrawals, and the first semester when I lived on campus at Thompson Point, getting to the student health center was a nightmare for me. I'd be days where I'd be so sick I couldn't walk, I would be in tears because I felt so bad, and I just couldn't even bring myself to get to the student health center, because even if I had to ride the bus, which all of us say, walking, sure, you guys offer bus transportation, but the just transportation, because 30 minutes all the way to the student health center, and it's so much faster to get just even to the students, just to talk to this nurse, it couldn't even be like a huge issue. Like, for me, like, a lot of times I was worried about, like, my blood pressure and stuff. I like knowing that I can just go in there and whatever I have concern, I don't have to go through waiting, and seeing a doctor and stuff. I have a concern, like, I'm dizzy, maybe, like, I'm very, like, health conscious and paranoid because maybe, maybe it's just my high blood pressure, maybe it's my blood pressure acting up, maybe, like, I have a fever. If I could just go there and just have those questions answered, then I know how to take care of myself. And that's, like, a good thing, because I know, like, the SHAC didn't offer too much, but compared to the student at the actual health center, when you went in there, half the time